typing deals into aaBridge and so to BBO. I'm going to start with a quick example. In this saves folder I already have a file called example.lin. I'm going to edit it with my Notepad++ editor. The command for a deal is md make deal followed by a bar and some spaces and the closing bar, and that is now enough to be able to copy so that when we drag and drop the example.lin file onto aaBridge it will open that hand. But as we can see, there are no cards yet. Adding the cards is simplicity itself. Let's start with ace, king, queen, and I shall do a save. And when I do a save, you'll see that in the south hand those three cards appear. A space for the next suit, and let's do 8-5 and a T for 10. Save, and it correctly orders them, and so on. Back to the beginning. Open your saves folder and create an empty lin file. I recommend for Windows Notepad++ or BBEdit for the Mac. Now you can type in the hand you want to see. I have an example of an old hand taken from a 1960s magazine, and I'm going to add that in. The make deal command is md, and you start with the bar. I put in some spaces and another bar, save that, and we can now drag and drop that hand into aaBridge. And as you can see, there are as yet no cards visible. Let me enter them. T for 10, suits in order. I can see easily from the shapes that I have got the hand right, but also I know there are 13 cards because it's giving me my point count at to that stage. Let's go on to West's hand. I can save at any time. Let's look at the north hand. Hyphen for void. And aaBridge shows voids as empty. I know I've done a deliberate error. And now you can see that something's wrong because the points are not showing for that hand. So let me just correct that by removing the 9. And the north hand is now complete, and aaBridge automatically fills in the fourth hand to make the complete deal. And you can check them against your reference, and you can see it's good. One thing to note, this format is not real lin file format, but to get it into the correct format is easy. What we need to do is to save this deal, and when it is saved, aaBridge will correctly format it for us. To do that, you click the Saves button, and this will offer you a file name. I'm going to suggest that you switch on, when you're doing this kind of work, the Force Save Name feature, and then when you hit the Save button, it will do it automatically, and up here will have appeared the saved file in question, which is always __ and 3 X's as its name. And what we're going to do is we're going to drag and drop that onto Notepad++, and it will open separately as a second file. And now what you need to do is just select all that text, copy it, come back to this file and replace, and do a save. And when you do a save, it will update the aaBridge. There's no difference, so you didn't see any changes. But this is now in a correct lin file format. If it looks a little strange, it's because we are using BBO uploadable format, and that requires that everything goes on one line. And so that is logically one line. I'll put a blank line in, and this space after the board 1 is causing the word wrap to show it to you in this manner. Let me stress that you save to a temporary file and then copy to your main work file. You never save to your main work file. But that's fine so far. But what if you want to add bidding? Yes, you can add bidding by, if you happen to know the correct lin commands, the MB make bid. But there's an easier way. You can go edit, bidding, and start the bidding. I shall put in arbitrary bidding that won't match the hands at all, although that one could. And at that point we can again hit the saves button. That will, and it is now pointing out to us that this lin file has changed. And do we want to reload it? Well, we do. And there it is, our bidding. And as before, we copy it for safety across to there, across to our main file. Again, it's in one sequence, so it will upload to BBO. And what if we want to enter some play? Click the Edit Play button and play the cards for each of the 4 hands. And now, again, you can save anytime you want. And this will again update the lin file, or offer to update the lin file here, and you can say yes on this editor and copy. And here you can see the play cards have been added, and copy the whole of this onto your main working file. Now I'm going to type in a second deal. Before I save this deal, you might like to notice that the south hand has 14 cards. This sort of thing is surprisingly common. This will cause us problems, and we will see how to overcome them. When you save this deal, aaBridge will do something strange. It has realized that you now have 2 deals in this file, your sum deals file, and it has jumped to the higher mode, showing you the first, and if you flow or use your wheel mouse to click forward, you will come to the second deal. And what you would like to do here is to enter the deal and go and edit and save it as we were doing. But we can't. And we can't because aaBridge has realized that this deal is broken. You can't have 14 cards in a hand and want people to really go and look at the deal. Therefore, it has taken the enter the deal button away from us. But we can solve this problem. Over on the right hand side is a setting, Show Enter the Deal Overrides, which we can check. And now, when we again try to go into this deal, it will preserve the Enter the Deal button. There you are. So we can click it and enter this deal. At this point, we could look at the published deal and try to see what is wrong. But I'm going to use aaBridge to help us out, and I'll start by entering the 4th hand. When I save it, interestingly, aaBridge has sorted it out. If I bring back the old hand, you can see that it was the 5 of spades was duplicated between the south and east hands, and now the 5 of spades actually exists in the east hand. It's been removed from the south hand, which makes the south hand correct. Now we can enter the deal and make any other changes we wish to, such as adding bidding. But before we do that, for safety, I will save this hand and copy it into our master file. At this point, you can choose to make any small corrections and changes. For example, this is board 2. And when I save it, you should notice that it becomes such. Also, you can change the dealer. South is 1 and 2 is west. In addition, you can change the vulnerability. Capital O is none, as is hyphen, or N would be north-south. Also, you can make these changes with aaBridge. Click Enter the Deal, click Edit, and Hands. Now, whenever you click the box, it will rotate through all the 16 combinations of dealer and vulnerability. You can rotate the actual hands. Now notice that the compass points are staying the same, but the hands are moving. Finally, you can move the cards from hand to hand. Be sure to save before you return, otherwise all your changes will be lost. Save, and copy into your master file. Now you can save the file log into BBO and upload the hands in the normal way. My BBO, hands and results, import lin file, create hand folder. Create new folder, select it, drag and drop the file onto choose file. You'll see it there. Click import and your hands will have been imported, and show the folder. Here is the first board, and with our void in north, and you will see there's bidding and even the hands. The second board, which has not been named correctly. Let's see what went wrong. Yes, on the last set of edits we didn't correct for the board number. Well, that'll teach us. Thank you for watching.